Good morning, everyone. Over here at the Carter James, we're pulling the herd around in front of the barn, and we're going to introduce them to their new herd mates through the fence. So we'll give the current herd just access here, and then this afternoon we will probably let these girls out so they can join the herd here. So we'll see what everyone thinks. I want to get Comanche over here. I would actually let Comanche in with them if I could single him out, but I want to make sure when we do introduce them, they've got plenty of room so they can introduce themselves, and especially in case there's any jostling. Don't want to have them in too small of an area. I am always curious when you've got previous herd mates and they've been separated through time. Obviously the five open cows we bought last year from the same ranch that these 7 are from. So I'm always curious if they remember each other or if they know each other by smell. But we'll see. So now these girls have gotten up and they're kind of making their way over to the fence. So Pepe's snorting here. He's actually almost acting bullish, but he's a steer, so we'll see what Comanche does. There's Comanche bellowing. Good boy. While we're waiting to have them see what's going on, I know I just did a previous video on number 30's steer calf that was out. This morning I had to get him back in, so he was out away from the herd for about a day and a half, 2 days. This is him right here next to his mama. His mama's one. She's been kind of sunk in a little bit. She actually I think she had some type of an intestinal issue, because she was just squirting out her backside and she'd been real sunken in. She's still sunk in a little bit. We do need to wean him off. He is well, he's a little older than 6 months. She's still kind of sunk in, not looking real great. But I actually did, we don't worm the herd, but she was looking real bad and just almost peeing out her rear end. So she had a real bad case of diarrhea. So I actually did put some dewormer on her, and I don't know if a combination of her having an intestinal issue and him still nursing on her has really drug her down, but need to wean him off. But anyhow, I finally got him back in. He's just always beat to his own drum. He's always gone under the hot wire, and even when he was a week old, I'd have to go searching for him because he would just be laying off, and he'd never be coming when the herd was moving. So that was always interesting. So all right, everyone's getting introduced over here on the fence. We got one of the open cows kind of hanging off. It's actually quite warm this morning. It's supposed to be 71 degrees, but it's pretty humid. So they're checking each other out. So we'll hopefully kind of get them an introduction, and then we'll bring them together here a little later this afternoon. Comanche really is a good bull. I just opened this gate up and slowly let him in. Now, main reason for wanting to let him in is we've got, actually on the last video I was mistaken. I said I thought there were a number of these that were shortbred, I think there's only 2, so I think there is 5 open. Sorry for the sun if I was shooting you right in there. But I thought it'd be good to get Comanche introduced here in here. And I don't know if any of these are cycling right now, so it would be good to get him introduced. So let's see how this goes. Obviously, I think it'll go smooth. The only one I'm nervous about is the mama with the horns. I don't think there'll be any jostling. It's not like these cows are spring chickens, so they got a ton of youth and fire in their belly. They're older, so I think they're going to be pretty no nonsense, kind of matter of fact. Boy, she acts like she could really care less what Comanche's doing. He kind of does his bellowing and she's just eating her hay. Now, I wish I could tell you off of my list that I got of which ones were for sure open, but I don't know exactly. I know that the 7-year-old, which is this one back in the corner with the eye issue, I know she is shortbred, and there's one other that's confirmed shortbred. So I guess actually there might be 5 that are open. But yeah, it's interesting. These bulls kind of, they snort and they kind of turn sideways to make themselves look big. They kind of get what I call crazy eyes. I think they did it to show their dominance. So he's smelling and licking and getting a sense of what's going on here. Last comment I'll make, obviously I thought there might be a little more excitement with this, but is, you know, she looks like a fairly decent sized cow. Sometimes I wondered with Comanche, he's being, you know, 18, 19 months, if he's big enough to breed, especially on some of those open ones that we picked up last year. And he was tall enough to get up and do his thing. So I know I'm biased, but I think he's a pretty animal. And I like his demeanor. The fact that I'm able just with my hands to kind of usher him in, open the gate, and he goes where I want him to. He's a good boy. So, all right, we'll let him settle in here and we'll do some more filming once we decide to open the gate and let everyone introduce themselves to each other. Right, he just wandered over to the other ones. So that's what they do. They kind of stand sideways and will suck in their chin, maybe to show their size. Which is kind of funny, because he's just a little guy. not yet full grown. This right here is a 7-year-old with the eye issue. Okay, he's introducing himself to the girl who's got the horns. You know, in hindsight, I wish when you buy these animals, sometimes I wish that people would tell you, like for example that one that showed up with the eye issue, didn't know she had an eye issue until she showed up. This one with horns, I wish that would have been kind of disclosed before they showed up. I just think that's the right thing to do, to be honest, is to double check to make sure they still want them. But I don't know. I just realized not everyone has that view. I think it's a little, I don't know what the word is, but it's just not considering what somebody might really want or not want. So wish that would have gone down a little different, but here we are. All right, pretty uneventful. Comanche has introduced himself, so that's good. And I just wanted to see if he took into any interest on anyone if they're cycling. So, okay, we'll catch up to you later this afternoon. We've released them out of the corral. Let's see how this all goes. So they had to walk in front of the barn, go through this gate, and then head on down here out to the pasture. So I'm happy I let Comanche in this morning. I've already seen him mount one of the older cows 3 times. So she must be coming into cycle right now. So they see Pepe, Jocelyn with them. This always happens. Obviously, if you have cattle or you're used to it. The only one I'm nervous about is the one with the horns, making sure that no one gets injured. So hopefully we got some smart mamas that might not pick a fight. So I do need to go get a charge on that hot wire. That's not charged up. But pretty uneventful, which is what you want. And there you go, there's Comanche a 4th time. So I gotta believe she's in standing heat right now. So that's great. I'll have to get this this steer back through this side of the fence. He's a little confused. So, all right, folks, introduced him. Here's the whole South Pole herd with 3 Wagyu steers mixed into it. So, pretty cool. So, all right, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. God bless, and I hope you have a great day wherever you're at. We'll see you next time.